last 2 hours.
Yeah, but where did you see the report of it?
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
Yeah.
They said they intercepted him.
But they're literally coming after America. They want to pull us into this.
They're so stupid, bro. If they do that shit.
Well, if they done that, I think the decision's probably being made right in D.C. right now to kick it into gear. He warned that guy.
How do you think we got a second aircraft fleet coming into the Middle East?
Did you read the Huckabee letter? How he says, how you were spared on September whatever when they tried to assassinate Trump? Like, in the very first sentence, I was like, whoa, here we go. What did Mike Huckabee write? Did you see what Trump posted? He posted the whole text message.
So there's one aircraft carrier station at Diego Garcia. Then there's a second one that was coming up through the strait there in Malaysia. And then a third one just left out of Virginia. The George H. Herbert Walker Bush or whatever. George Herbert Walker Bush.
Yeah, the Nemesis class one. Yeah.
Well, the Nemesis class one's coming through Malaysia. I don't know what the George is there, and it's also the George Herbert Walker.
I thought it was. I might be wrong, but you can double check.
People.
Yeah,
it's a moot point, but the point is how many? You got 2 submarines, how many frigates, how many destroyers, how many battleships, per fleet?
There was 30 Strato tankers that left out of the United States and head to Europe yesterday. They got there yesterday, and then they had the WC-135, the nuke sniffer, out running training exercises over Nebraska.
Listen, we represent the people.
Yeah, it's gonna get down like Charlie Brown. The fact that they fucking fired at Arab John, that I kind of get the Arab John. It's a base in western Iraq. It's a U.S.
So they fired at a base and a consulate. Is what you're saying?
You know that we keep 2,500 U.S. soldiers in Iraq as an anti-ISIS
deterrent.
Yeah. So they're firing on U.S. installations, and we already had 3 soldiers die last year. We don't want no more of this shit. Don't fuck with our folks and don't fuck with our people.
I just want to know where the fuck did you get the report, bro? Because I need to see that shit, bro. That's important, bro.
Just Google it.
Do you know who Keegan Duncan is?
No.
Look him up on YouTube. He's a U.S. military. He's in the military. He's got access to all the intel. He's been doing reports of what's been going on militarily around the world for probably 2 years on Clubhouse. On YouTube, but you can look up his latest one. It was probably maybe 45 minutes ago, and he's showing you video from maybe 2 hours ago of actual footage of the drones being knocked down.
The thing is, I heard that they attacked a base in Erbil. It was either yesterday or 2 days ago or something like that, but I don't know. I didn't hear about anything today, so that's the first time I'm hearing something.
Well, I just found out about it 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, you can Google it. Have you Googled things recently? It's called Google.
Who, me?
I know people just like to use their lips and tongues here and not actually use their thumbs anymore, but
I don't Googling is whatever, bro.
I'm
Matt.
Looking at Matt put together a killer room the other day, dude. That Dr. Adams is fucking hilarious.
What's up, Matt? Yeah, he is fucking funny.
What's up, Harry? Let's go.
Damn, bro. Well, I hope they did attack. I hope that is true, because, the United States will literally fucking put an end to this in probably 24 hours, if not less than that.
Yeah, we don't want to, but we will.
Fuck it, what does it take? A couple of fucking bombers? What's gonna, their whole air defenses are down. Nothing's gonna happen.
Right. When we hit Iraq in 2003, we hit every water station, every power station, every infrastructure. Like, we had their whole fucking country shut down in less than 24 hours. They were just stuck like Chuck Stone Age style. Like,
that was how many years ago? 22 years ago, man.
You can't look at the flaws in our community, and as men,
Couple bucket buster bombs, and that's it, bro. They're gonna be with the white flags.
You need to understand, Harry. Those bustaway bomb need to be tested. They did not got tested yet.
In war, you're saying?
yes, they have. Yes, they have. Yes,
No, they did not.
You're telling me we've never dropped a 30,000-pound
Trump dropped a Moab his first day in office on Afghanistan. Do you remember that?
well, Moab's different than the MLP.
Well,
Those never
massive
got
ordinance.
They've never been. Wow.
Those have never been tested. And that's why Trump said all the time that America has the back of Israel. Because that was the best opportunity to test that bomb on live.
Well, I mean, the bomb has been tested. It just hasn't been used in theater. I think that's what you mean.
That's what it means, yeah. Battle proven, I guess.
No, it's bad. Yeah, but it's been rigorously tested.
Right,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
for
curious
sure.
about.
Let me understand. Which nuclear America ever bombed?
Nagasaki, Hiroshima.
And that they have the
Bikini Islands.
No, he means like a nuclear facility, he means. That's what he means. Not like nuclear bomb.
where did they have to test it? Which country America attacked lately? You know that bombs also has expiration date.
Yeah, that's why we keep giving our old equipment to Ukraine.
And what Ukraine has to do with a bomb like that?
They wouldn't be able to carry it. They don't have the planes to carry it.
Exactly.
I think it only could be on the B-2.
You need to think before you talk.
Actually, they've retrofitted the B1 to be able to handle one of them. The B2 can handle two of them.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I mean, but the idea that you could have 60,000 pounds worth of bombs underneath your plane and say take off, crazy.
70,000, not 60.
It's fucking really crazy.
They're 30,000-pound bombs. What are they, 35,000-pound bombs now to use?
Yeah, but the B2 can carry 70,000 pounds.
I was just talking about the two. I didn't need to add on the extra payload. I'd rather add fuel.
Well, in cases like that, every extra pound, it's more than welcome.
More than welcome to do what?
Carry more.
Listen, I'm already talking to investors that are looking to start a chain of med spas in Iran as soon as the government falls, because we're going to introduce electric hair removal or laser hair removal for the first time in one of the hairiest countries on the planet. And we think the market cap could go from like 100 million to $1 billion overnight.
Holy shit, dude. That was out of fucking nowhere, but that was hilarious.
He's like, we're gonna make a killing on aesthetics over here. That's a hairy fucking country. You know what I'm saying?
Has anybody looked at what the currency in Iran has been doing over the past 7 days?
No.
Let me get you a Forex quote.
It's not looking good.
I was looking at the Syrian dinar before the government fell, and now their dinars are worthless. But there was a point, where it was like 10 cents on the dollar, and then it fell to literally like 1/100th of a dollar. But people trade the forex on this shit. This is why currency exchange is actually the big, or currency trading is actually the biggest marketplace in
Wouldn't
the
that be
world.
a penny?
Let's look at Iranian currency calculator.
0.01.
Oh my god. 1 Iranian rial equals point, then 4 zeros at 10, 100,000, 10,000. You get, for $1, you get 1/240,000th of a dollar. So it has dropped from basically point quadruple 02 to point quadruple O like 1 or 2. Yeah. Anyways, it can't go any lower.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it has plummeted.
In a minute, we're gonna need to pay you to hold it.
When I was in Iraq, I'd give this kid, I'd give him $5, and he'd hand me a stack like I was a fucking big baller worth of like Iraqi dinari. And like I couldn't find toilet paper, so I'd use Iraqi dinari to wipe my ass at the border sugar.
Yeah, you get
Oh my God.
93,000 rial for every US dollar.
That's fucking crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Bro, John, imagine if you took like $20,000 and invested it into the Iranian currency. And then if there's a overthrow of the government and then it goes back to normal, 20 years from now, what would it be worth?
100 US dollars is 420,000 rial.
Yeah.
Do you
know
think
there's people doing this shit right now that are buying, trading their fucking $10,000 or $100,000 for this Iranian money? Just gonna sit on this shit for 20
oh my
years.
god, there's an Iran Craigslist. Let me check to see what the real estate's going for.
You're gonna buy something there?
Well, I was checking Ukraine when the war kicked off and to see like if people were listing their houses on Craigslist, and sure enough, you could buy like a 4-bedroom, 4-bath condo in Ukraine for like $8,000. Nothing.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be there. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it's gone when you finally get back to it.
As long as they don't change their currency after a regime change, then your money would be like fucking, oh my god, tens of millions of dollars for like 10 grand.
You'd have to compensate from the old currency to the new currency. There'd have to be some exchange.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You take 10,000 US dollars, you convert it into the Iranian currency, and then 10 years from now, if they have a huge regime change, and now it's worth, just 50 cents on the dollar, and then you convert it back to US dollars. It's like fucking stock market shit. I mean, it's going to be a long haul if you're going to do it. I mean, I wouldn't do more than $100 or $1,000 if you can't afford it. You do it, and then they get a regime change, and they're like, "We're discontinuing this currency." Fuck.
Well, like when I tell you that I used to wipe my ass with the Iraqi dinari, like when we went in, we took over their treasury. We started printing the new Iraqi dinari under the new government. So I was using the old one that had Saddam Hussein's face on it, and the new dinari didn't have Saddam's face on it. So I was just saying when I wiped my ass, it had Saddam's face on it.
Yeah, that would be the problem. Is it probably has some fucking mullah on the fucking Iranian fucking currency that they would change it. Then you wouldn't have anything.
Of course they will. They're gonna change everything if that happens, bro. If it's a regime change. I posted something as a huge ass explosion in Tehran. I don't know. That looks bigger than anything I've seen so far.
Harry, what is that?
I don't know, man. They're saying some big explosion. That was just recently, bro. This was posted like 30, 45 minutes ago. Tehran.
Someone's like, oh, it looks like Trump. Like a big orange ball.
I saw that, yeah. The second image I one looks like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Could be an oil refinery. I don't know. Is gas going up where you guys live in the United States? Or do you guys see like nothing really changing?
I'm good on this end. Then again,
I saw something going up.
I saw gas going down here in Florida, man. It went down significantly too. It's really weird. I haven't checked today, but let me see. Let me look on the app and see what it's showing. What is it, Gas Buddy? That's what it is. Yeah.
Dude, that's like right by the fucking. I wonder if that's actually at the mountain where that facility is. If they already hit it and we're just not getting the intel on, or information on it yet. That's a big fucking explosion.
That's big, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's fucking huge.
I see the video of it. I don't know. You probably
Did you see the picture of Shuki or no?
Yeah.
You can probably find the video because when you see the video, it makes it even look more aggressive. You know, more violent, more. You know. Oh, here I found one with the video. Yeah, that shit's crazy. Let's see if I can.
I mean, I guess there's a lot of experts that are saying that the MOP can't actually penetrate that deep because the facility is really fucking deep, and I guess it's got like hardened concrete and all kinds of shit in there. So depends like how much hardened concrete and all that's there.
They're gonna do more than one run.
What I don't understand is how the fuck did India?
More than one run. There is 6 aircraft that need to be in there, and they will be there.
That's a cave aircraft. That hold 2 each. That's 12. That's good for a couple runs.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to go down on Thursday.
Why is everybody saying Thursday?
Hey, anybody got the video of that picture or no?
Let me find it. But you said Thursday. A couple other people said Thursday. What?
Oh, some YouTuber guy saying something's gonna pop off Thursday.
Actually, no. It's one of the leaders for Israel that went on a newscast.
Yeah.
Talked about it. He brought up like Project Grim Beeper when the beepers were blowing up on the Hezbollah members. But he says, you think that was something, wait till Thursday. And that's why everybody's waiting till Thursday.
I see.
I gotta check Twitter. Find this fucking video.
It's all over Twitter, bro. But there's a better one than I saw.
I put it in the chat. The last link I added was the YouTube video from.
No, we're talking about the explosion. Did you see it, Doc?
No.
Oh, dude, check out the fucking explosion that Harry put in there.
It's a fucking
monster explosion.
Oh, okay, I got you. Holy shit! All right.
Yeah, but I don't know if the MOP makes a fireball like that because it's underground.
No, it looks like it looks like a chemical fire in addition to the explosion.
Yeah, maybe like some fuel tankers or something, or fuel.
Well, it's so bright. It looks like what's that one chemical that burns white phosphorus?
White phosphorus, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, I don't see a video. I only see.
It could be the photo
I
too.
can't get video to send to you guys. That's just the pictures there. But I mean, it's pretty much
there's obviously some secondaries in that for sure.
Oh, so okay,
that's not a primary detonation. That's a secondary detonation.
There's something I'm seeing. It says reports coming in from Iranian media that thousands of people from Tabriz, Iran, are demanding the Iran's government to launch an attack at Baku, Azerbaijan. This comes after Azerbaijan allowed Israel to hit Iran from the territory of Azerbaijan. I don't know if it's accurate or not. That's where that mountain is.
If I would be them, I would never do that.
It's a giant fucking fire that's burning.
Yeah,
there's a mountain right now.
That's a big plume, but.
And this is 9 hours ago.
Yeah, but that picture shows like a wafting cloud, not a plume. It was just one thing. I think all that fire that you see in that lift is secondary because there's no mushroom to that cloud.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because if it's from the primary impact, you always end up with a mushroom, because of the shock wave.
it almost looks like a mushroom, bro. Some of the videos, it really does.
Oh my god, dude. The funniest fucking shit was watching that stupid fucking bitch in Tehran going, Yahoudis, Yahoudis, Yahoudis. Boom.
Oh, the Iranian broadcast system or whatever the fuck. Dude, that was the funniest shit. That bitch got off her chair and started running to the left like, where do I go? Where do I go?
She's like, Yahoudis,
But that's all from the fucking bullshit.
Well, and even like when the Quran can be contested, I remember I was like watching some vids, some co-branders had said me about how like the Quran doesn't speak about any such thing as hijab or whatever. Like they were saying, it's just saying like put whatever you're wearing around your neck, like put it around your bosom, which means
Cover your titties.
cover your titties, which you were asking what's her name, that girl?
Kitty.
No, not Kitty, that other girl, Nura. What's her name? Princessia.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Palestinian girl.
that's only because she called me a. She said that.
She told me, I was like, bro, like, come on, like, is he wrong?
Well, she said that atheist Jews are the worst people in the world. Then
What the
I started
fuck?
calling her a fucking whore for showing her titties, but obviously
She
I
was saying that.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I
I-
told her, was he wrong with what he? She said, nah, yes, come on, you're not that close, man. I said, no, but I mean, he's also like saying what he's seeing, right? So, I don't preach Islam when you're not sort of. I hate this about religious people. The fucking preaching and none of that which they truly practice. So can I tell you something, Sam? I think the back of the Caleb. I think the back of
Hello, everybody.
Caleb. Hello. Let me send you hearts. Caleb thinks I hate him. He was
I
comparing.
think you hate me. No,
Yes,
I
he's
don't.
comparing me to Mikhail, bro. Like, gross. How could you do
I mean,
that?
it's okay. Musicians, like,
Just reacting to bloodshed, that's all.
I understand.
I think the back of my nose, yeah, it's understandable. I think both sides are a little bit higher on emotion. We need to shoot the hell down.
Doesn't seem like that's happening, unfortunately.
It's gonna stop, Caleb. They can't continue like this.
I mean, it will stop eventually. The question
I
is
was
when.
just about to ask why the title was the way it was when you changed it.
Well, I had it be "We Love Jews," and then Al was like, "You're afraid to say we love black people," and I wanted to show him that I wasn't afraid to do that. But then I changed it back just because that was the original purpose of the room, is to have a little love bomb for the Jews, you know, because they got a lot of hate on this app. So I wanted to be a little oasis in the desert.
You guys find it crazy how it just naturally black and then Jews always get like compared to each other? Like
Yeah.
it's like people should study that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I understand why. It's because it's two different oppressed people's very different trajectories, and like, you know, it's just kind of, if you want to understand oppression, you gotta understand what happened to the Jews and what happened to the blacks. You know, you're not gonna understand it if you don't understand both.
You know, some blacks be thinking they're the Jews, right?
Yeah, they're silly gooses though.
The
Some black
Israelites know
people,
that.
some black people are Jewish.
That's true.
I'm just saying, sometimes I wonder, like, just about what happened a long time ago. Like, why it's really like that? Are the Jews really Jews? And black is just a color, so, like, why?
Isn't it
why
just the
is
same game though, Marv?
Yeah, I believe it is. I'm just saying, like, black's just a color. You know what I'm saying? So when we keep saying I love Jews and blacks, it's like, who are really black people? What are they really called? You know what I'm saying?
When I refer to black people, I refer to just people whose ancestors 5,000 years ago lived in sub-Saharan Africa. That's what I mean with black people.
Wait, really, Sam? You're not really, because I think when I say black, I mostly mean American black people.
So you don't think that
Because
someone from Nigeria is a black person?
I do, but I'd probably call them African or Nigerian.
Yeah, because they don't call them black in Africa. They don't call them black
Right,
even
like
in
the-
Europe.
Yeah. It's just
America so racialized in a particular way?
And it's the ones in America that think they're the Jews. The black Israelites in America think they're the Jews. So it's just weird. When I ponder on it, I just think it's weird.
Yeah, we know that.
There's a lot of black people that are they feel ashamed of being from West Africa for no reason at all. Because they have like self-hatred or something. So they try to claim that they're the Moors or the Jews or the Egyptians or what else do they try to claim?
Well, they still say they're the Jews, but they say the Jews came from Africa. That's what they say.
Yeah, but have you ever been on the internet and gotten a spam email? Like, you know what spam is?
Yes, Queen.
I mean, everyone came from Africa originally. We're all from there originally. It's the birthplace of humanity. It's our womb.
I think I personally like studying the North better, though, to be honest, just because of the harsh conditions. So, like, I feel like the way they had to survive in the North is pretty intense.
Do you mean like North as in like in Scandinavia or North as in like Northern Africa?
Scandinavia, like all the way up there, for sure. Like, that's why I'm saying harsh conditions. I'm not saying Africa's not harsh conditions, but
yeah,
time is a whole different ballgame when it comes to surviving and food and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you die if you don't figure out how to, if you don't figure out a nice warm place to sleep with some fire, you're gonna literally just fucking die. It's very different.
Sam, I had a question for you. A biology, zoology thing.
Oh, I'm your man. I'm your
Okay,
dog.
so I learned, and it's still a matter of debate, but scientists are looking into this, that dolphins might get high off of pufferfish, like intentionally. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that. I've never looked
That's
into it.
wild. I hope that's true.
There's other animals that get high. So some animals, when they eat apples, because they have like multi-chambered stomachs that take a while to digest stuff, that the apple will ferment in their stomachs. I think maybe cows or maybe elephants, I'm not sure which, get drunk off apples. Many of them, or actually a number of them, which is kind of funny. Who else gets high?
But what do you think about mixing books with chemicals, and that's what takes humans to the next level? I mean, books are, pre-computer, it's all programming, and then the mass distribution with Gutenberg. Now we have like an exponential explosion in large language models and IQ globally.
And what's that to do with getting high?
I'm saying that, when you, like on Shabbos, if you drink red wine and you study Torah, it enhances the learning. So there's a chemical component to education and maybe evolution of the human brain.
Yeah, I think that. There's definitely a chemical component because we know that the human brain, for example, grew at stages when food was beginning to be cooked because you can access out more of the compounds and nutrients.
Yo, I just looked up how many animals get high off stuff, and it's so many. Okay, so...
But like on purpose?
Yeah, check it out. So moose, elk, and deer, and black bears gorge on windfall and apples over no bright lungs. The fruit keeps fermenting in their stomachs, producing enough alcohol to make them stagger and pass out. And then Bohemian cedar, waxwings, robins. Small birds can handle alcohol. A late winter binge of fermented berries regularly lead to mass crashes in windows. Pen-tailed tree shrews. They drink slightly from palm nectar that naturally runs certain amount of alcohol. And
the brain likes drugs. The brain likes drugs. It wants to get stimulated.
The vervet monkeys on St. Kitts have learned to steal pina coladas and from tourists, and they get drunk off it. Chimpanzees make leaf sponges to soak up naturally fermented raffia palm sap. Fruit bats and flies straight with blood alcohol that would floor us. They exploit fermented fruit year round. But then there's also psychoactive fungi. Reindeer actively seek out Amanita muscaria mushrooms, and they get their head tossing and walking unsteadily. wallabies break into opium poppy farms and they eat capsules and then they go run in circles. Bighorn sheep will scrape mountainsides to reach lichen that acts as a mild narcotic. Some risk falls for it. Domestic, what's it called? Cats seek catnip. It's entirely voluntary. And then cattle and horses and elk will, certain plants contain swainsanine, and they just eating it, you'll get tremors and poor coordination. And the dolphins do the pufferfish. Dogs have learned to lick cane toads to get high. Amazonian jaguars occasionally chew a certain kind of vine that has a part of ayahuasca. The locals insist.
Okay, so check this out. So this is like a truth of the universe, then, of the natural world, that like we seek altered experience, right? A brain of certain size and consciousness seeks its own alteration.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you want
The same thing, that's perfect.
Well, they just did a materials test on an altar in Israel, and they found there was cannabis residue, like on a multi-thousand-year-old incense-burning altar.
getting high like a motherfucker. Getting high as fuck.
I mean, if you think about it for animals, how can you blame them for not wanting to be high? This shit.
I mean, think about an animal's life. They're in the food chain. I don't want to be in the food chain. I don't want to wake up in the morning and go, is something going to eat me today? So, and that's what most animals' lives are, is just thinking about whether they're going to get eaten. So that's pretty dope, though. We don't have to deal with that. But while you're dealing with not getting eaten, you might as well get high, eat some psychedelic berries or whatever.
Well, what I'm saying is there has to be either a correlation of gluttony, and intelligence, or, I mean, if you look at it on the long chain, of human experiences going back, like, say, 2,000 years. I mean, if you've read enough history, like as far back as I can go is like 300 BC, and those are like that's like Roman information. I don't know too much about all the other ancient civilizations, but to get to where we're at now globally, it's still a very small percentage of the total human population that is actually consuming massive amounts of information with drugs, or I don't know. It's just a huge fucking giant consumption on the planet, from Afghanistan. Heroin is still a multi-billion-dollar business. They're shipping it to Europe, they're shipping it to the US. Like drugs, yeah. Drugs is a huge business. I mean, it's like peanut butter. People are going to eat it. It's, if you want it, you can get it.
No, peanut butter is haram. Don't eat peanut butter. You should only eat cashew butter and walnut butter.
Where do you think in like the past 2,000 years the biggest jumps in IQ have occurred in human populations, or is it still essentially the same?
When Europe forced Jews to have white-collar jobs for 1,000 years, that was a big jump. There's probably a huge jump that happened when culture started. There's like a feedback loop, I suspect, between language, culture, intelligence. Like, it makes sense to have, if you have culture, then and language and intelligence, like those, like, I can say, hey, those berries over there are dangerous, and then you won't eat those, and you'll get different berries, and then you can bring back to the tribe, hey, tribe, I have the healthy berries, and then the tribe remembers, oh, those are the healthy berries. Like, it's just like, intelligence matters less if you don't remember it, and culture is just the way of like having like a sort of species memory, or like a tribe memory, and it makes intelligence is less valuable if you can't share it with your homies. That's what language gives you. So much of evolution has been towards the direction of like being able to share information. Like the biggest jump was like when we figured out sexual reproduction, because it used to be that if you needed to survive some disease, you needed to have a literal mutation to be immune to it. But when we had sexual reproduction, you could have kids with someone who is immune to the disease, and then your kids would be immune to the disease. So you're like sharing genetic information with